Hello friends, my name is Manoj Kumar from Corp IT, and today video will discuss about what is deployment in the Kubernetes. So if you talk about in a layman term, then you can think of as a deployment is a way to manage your pods. Okay, so let's just go with the definition. A deployment Kubernetes is one of the most essential controller for managing stateless application workload. It works as a higher level abstraction that handle pod and replica sets, making it easier to define, update, scale application with a minimal downtime. So, what are the key use case of deployment? First, rollout of a new version. If you are planning to have a new version and you have a production thing is already going on, then you can use this feature. In case something happen, you can also do the rollback. If you want to scale your application, you can easily do that. If you want to pause or resume your rollouts, you can also do that using Kubernetes, using deployment very easily. And you can also monitor that. We'll see all those things in the practical demo. Okay, now the Kubernetes deployment support two type of strategy. One is your rolling strategy, another one is your recreate. So when you state a rolling strategy, that's a default one. So rolling strategy, let's suppose you have a 5 pod. So and you set the value that at a given point of a time, you should have like 3 pod you should have your 3 pod available. So from the 3 pod, the 2 pod will die. It just create a new pod with a newer version and slowly do that. But in the recreate, it just delete all the existing pod and then just recreate it with a newer version. So that's the two supported update strategy that you can use. By default, it's rolling update, and in most of the production workload, people use rolling update only. So now let's just see this into a action. Okay, let me just open up my terminal. Okay, let me just verify. Perfect, it is there. Let me just increase the font a bit so it will be easy. Okay, yeah, perfect, it is easy. So let's just see that. Okay, so first we'll see is there any current deployment running. How we can do that? kubectl get deployment, and there's no current deployment on this. Okay, let's just create a simple deployment. kubectl create deployment. So we are creating an nginx deployment with image nginx latest, and there should be replica too. Okay, now let's just verify the deployment. Okay, so it's saying this is the nginx deployment. It required two, but as of now there's no pod is ready. See, now it is ready. Well, let's just verify that. kubectl get pods. See, we have two pod running. Let's just describe this pod. kubectl describe deployment, and this is our deployment name. So you can see that, like, these are the event that we have, like, because we only created two, so this is the event for those, and these are the update strategy that I'm telling you about. So by default it's come with a rolling update only. Okay, so now let's just try to scale up. Okay, see how we can scale it. Okay, so let's just see. So we are just scaling it to 5 replicas. Let's just scale it. Now if you can again describe it, you can see there is an again event occur, and it's stating that we are increasing from 2 to 5. Okay, let's just verify in the pod. kubectl get pods. Perfect. Now let's do one thing. tmux control b. Okay, in this one we'll do watch kubectl get pods. Okay, so let's just try to delete one kubectl get pods. Okay, kubectl delete pod. Let's just delete 7dp. This is the first pod that we are planning to delete. You can see on the above screen like what exactly it happened. So if we delete that, see it deleted and a new container is creating one. So that's the beauty of the deployment, that as we defined that we need at least 5 replica at any given point of time. Even if we delete it, it will just recreate one. So at the end the number will be remain same. Okay, so now we have this. Now uh, apply the let's just change the image. Okay, so by default we set it nginx, but now let's just change the image with this one. Okay, and we'll see now there's new container creating and it's just working like that. Okay, so now let's just again change to the latest. See, again it started happening. Meanwhile, let's just see what is the status, rollout status. So you can see that using this rollout status command, you can see what is the process of what is the progress on your update. So you can also view that. Okay, and what else we can do that. Let's suppose, okay, let's see this. Okay, let's just set this as a broken. Okay, or let's just see set this one only, and we'll do the pause and resume thing. Okay, so we created that. Now let's just pause this. We just pause this. Okay, and we can see the status. So see, finishes, one old replicas are pending termination because we paused it. And let's just resume that again. See, now it completed. So you can also do that. It's like we are just trying with the 5, that the reason it's very fast. If it is a big environment, it will take time, and then you can see the status in more detail. No, you need not to worry. All these commands are there in my blog, so you can follow that. So now we have this. Now let's just talk about one more thing. Okay, so we'll exit out from there and we'll clear it. If you can see, there are two YAML file that I have. One is for the rolling update and one is for the recreate. Okay, so let's just see for the rolling update. Okay, so let's just cat that file nginx. Sorry. So this is the default file that I'm using, and you can see this is the section that is important. So here the section says the type is a rolling update, and the rolling update, what is the max value and this max surge value. So what is mean by max unavailable? Let, like, how many pod that can be unavailable at a single time during the update. So let's suppose there are 5 pod and we are defining only one pod goes down. So only so 4 pods can be still there, but one pod will down. And what is max surge? At any given time, let's suppose you have a 5 pod, you cannot go beyond 1. So 5 plus 1 6, you cannot go beyond that. So it need to manage on that. So you can just play around with that, and you can see that. So this is the default value that I selected. And if we can do the recreate, so you can see it's pretty simple. So let's just see this 2 in action. Okay, we'll again do tmx control B. Okay, first let me just clear out all those things. So we'll do this kubectl deployment tabs, kubectl delete deployment app. Okay, we did not specify the name, so let's just verify we don't have that. Now let's just apply first one, kubectl apply -f nginx. Let's just see the recreate one. Okay, It is done. Let's just verify kubectl get deployment. Yeah, we have that. Let's just see the pod. Okay, that's also running. It will be very interesting, I guess, if we can increase it by with like, let's just do with a 10. Okay, so it is good to see that, and the name is demo. Okay, now let's just do a watch. Okay, so this is we have. So as of now, what we created deployed a file, and the strategy that set is recreate. Okay, so now let's just uh, do the same thing. Okay, what we will do, we are just updating the image, and let me just rename it kubectl demo, and let's see what will happen. See, it just deleted everything and it just recreated. So that's the rolling update for you. Like, if your organization want that, you can go for that, but most of the time I see that people use your rolling update instead of the recreate. Okay, now let the rolling update we already see from the previous example, so we will not show it over here. If you want that, you can try it out. If you have any concern, you can let me know on the comment. If you have any additional help, you can let me on the LinkedIn. So yeah, that's all about this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Till the time, peace.